Once upon a time, there was a king who ruled with fairness and generosity. His son, the prince, always wished he could have a little adventure in his life. It was a time of great peace, and the people were happy. But then the king grew sick, and things began to change. The greedy leader of the king's guard, Captain Pete, saw this as his chance to get rich. Every day, he took food and money from the people. One day, a peasant named Simon was walking his dog. However, his dog ran behind the palace gate. Simon was worried, but had to ask the gatekeeper if he could go find his dog. To his surprise, the gatekeeper exclaimed, "Your Highness," waving him right in. Simon was led into a palace and was in a bigger surprise that the prince looked exactly the same as him. The face, eyes, nose, lips, and even the height were the same. While Simon was clueless of what was happening, the prince just had the perfect idea of all time. He decided to dress as the pauper and had Simon to dress as the prince so he could leave the palace and have the adventure he had always wanted and promised, "I'll be back in the blink of an eye." The prince hurried out to enjoy his day as a pauper. In the market, he saw Captain Pete stealing food from the poor. "Halt! I am the prince," holding up his royal ring, then gave the food back to the hungry peasant. While surprised and ashamed, Captain Pete came up with an evil plan. He would get rid of the real prince and make the fake prince do whatever he wanted. Suddenly, the church bells tolled, telling them the king had died. "I must go to the palace right away," the prince said. "It's my duty to take over as king." Captain Pete put him in the dungeon, saying, "As soon as the pauper is crowned king, I shall unmask him as an impostor and rule the kingdom myself." But as soon as Captain Pete left, a kind guard slipped in and unlocked the cell, and the prince fled. At the same time, Captain Pete told everyone Simon was not the prince but an impostor. Just at the right time, the prince swung to the ground on a chandelier, declaring, "I am the real prince." The evil captain was arrested, and the prince was crowned king. The kingdom was once again in kind, carrying hands. Thank you for your listening.